My breadless brother with 5 kids demanded I give him my house, and my mother disowned me when I refused. I, 29F, recently bought a house and a brand new car. I will admit I probably splurged on my house more than I should have, but growing up very poor, it has always been a dream of mine to live in a nice house. I live in the Philippines, by the way, and I worked really hard to be where I am. So much so that I underwent countless breakups because I always chose my career over boys. My brother, 25M, is currently jobless. He worked as a tourist guide before and can barely make ends meet. He now has 5 kids, and counting, as his wife announced a pregnancy recently. He messaged me on Facebook that there is something he wants to talk about, and I thought he wanted to name me the godmother of his incoming baby. I said sure and invited him to the house to get his approval on some things I modified for our parents. I gave him a tour, and he admired my house greatly, saying things like how excited he is to bring the kids to my house. I did not mind anything about it, as I thought he meant a visit, which I'm more than happy to host them for. Imagine my surprise when he finally sat me down and revealed what he wanted to talk about. He wants me to give him my house. I clarified whether he meant this house or the other house I bought for my parents, which I still lived in because my dream house was still going under some modifications. He said this house was big enough for his family, and I can go visit them anytime I like. He even offered that if I really wanted to live there, I could move into the maid's room and modify it for my personal use. I was shocked and could not speak as he thanked me over and over for the house. I finally asked him where the heck did that idea come from, and he said our mother told him I would give him my house. I, of course, corrected that, and this is where things went south. My brother repeatedly said since our mom said the house is his now, I cannot do anything but give in. I called my mother to tell her to back off, and lo and behold, my mother sided with my brother. To make this already long story short, my whole family has cut me off, and my parents disown me until I give my brother my house. My father has been brought to the hospital over this fight, and now I feel really bad. The guy I'm seeing now said to just give the house to my brother, and he'll help me buy another. Am I being unreasonable here? I don't feel like I am. Update 1. So, a lot of people have reached out to me since my original post, and a lot has happened since then. I cut my family off back in December and decided to remove my parents' access to my health plans and remove them from my insurance. Also, my mom told me I don't exist to her anymore, so I guess I won't be helping her buy a house. The reactions from our extended family were just as I expected. Most of the adults sided with my mother. My cousins expressed their support for me. I got uninvited to the family reunion I initially sponsored, and isn't that just the worst? My aunts and uncle had barricaded the gate when I arrived at my grandma's house. I won't expand on this anymore because this still hurts until now. My mother also sued me for selling the first house back in January. It did not reach the higher courts, and I won. Public perception of me got worse, though. She and my brother took this defeat to twist the sympathy in their favor. They posted on social media about how I am an ungrateful daughter and I owe them for everything I have. They also blamed me for my father's passing. Yes, he passed away. I didn't even get to attend the funeral because I'm banned. When this happened, I almost gave in and signed the papers to give the house to my brother. I blamed myself and believed them, that my selfishness deleted my father. At this point, my boyfriend convinced me to take a break from work and talk to a professional. I did just that, and I'm only now realizing how messed up the way they raised me was. I can't believe it took internet strangers to realize something is wrong with how they treated me. To be honest, I almost decided not to post an update. It was last month when my therapist suggested I should do it because this is where my breaking off from them started. On the bright side, I saw how much my fiancé's family really likes me because of this ordeal. I thought they were just being nice. But things happened, and they supported me every step of the way, especially when my partner had to go overseas for a 1-week stay because of his job. They really took care of me and even assured me that I'm worth more than my family thinks I am. The nicest thing I ever heard in my life came from his mother. Anyway, on July 21st, my father's birthday, my mother reached out to me. She explained to me that she understood she had no right to ban me from his funeral, but at the time, all she could think about was how I cut them off from my health plans, rendering them incapable of supporting my father's hospitalization. I did not realize this, and we cried for hours. She said she still blames me, though, and doesn't think she can forgive me. I think I understand her. My therapist told me that thinking of what ifs is counterproductive, but still, if I could go back in time, I would help them with this. My brother won't talk to me, and that's fine. The feeling is very much mutual.